Hi everyone, good evening. It's just Damian again. I have some positive news and that kind of thing. I have woke up this morning and I was getting thoughts and that to go to Durham University Hospital for my anxiety, and that I was getting thoughts to go there. I don't go to Darlington A&E because I've had issues with security in the past where they've targeted me. There's been times where you see people in the waiting area and that kind of thing where they sit on the phones, play games, watch Netflix and that kind of thing. I have been in A&E before, playing games on my phone, sending some emails to the council. Security have came over to me and said that I was taking pictures on the phone, and I haven't. I've showed them the photos folder on the phone, and then that wasn't good enough. And that they were demanding to go through all the apps and everything on my phone. I had then got upset and walked away because I'm not good at conflict. And that this was last year. I overheard the guy saying to someone that it was obvious that I was doing it, but it wasn't. And then he was shouting to me, "Go home and don't come back," and it was a public order offence. There's been other times as well with my local A&E where I've looked at posters on the wall and they're asked what I'm doing. And there was one time where I had been asked to do a urine sample. I knocked on the triage room door for the nurse to drop the sample off, and they'd accidentally left the door open, and then I got blamed for opening the door, and it wasn't that. I don't go to Darton A&E for reasons with security and that kind of thing, as I feel a bit unsafe and that kind of thing. I do normally go to James Cook University Hospital, but I woke up this morning and something was telling me to go to Durham A&E. From the first thing I woke up, I think something was telling me to go to Durham University Hospital A&E, and something was telling me to go there, and I haven't regretted it since. I was and ahhing whether to go to the meeting, whether to go to Durham A&E or not for the anxiety symptoms and that I was getting. However, I have not regretted it. I am really looking forward to some positive changes and that kind of thing. What had happened was I told them that I had some physical symptoms and that kind of thing relating to my mental health, and it was all interlinked, interconnected, and that kind of thing. I have had reports and that done in the past, and safety plans and that rewritten up, but the lady that runs the team that do the familiar faces reports and the safety plans and all that has been temporarily, the team's been temporarily closed, and the team's been temporarily closed because of staffing cuts, staffing arrangements, or I don't know if it's staffing cuts or staffing arrangements, but I know that there's been some new changes in the mental health team and that, and they've had to send staff from this area to this area to this area, and that to try to keep the mental health services going, because there's new triage systems and that for the mental health. You don't just now there's no you don't just go straight to the crisis team anymore. You ring 111 option 2. You can still ring the normal crisis team line for your area, but it still puts you through option 1, through 111 option 2, because that's the triage line for it now. So a lot of staffing changes have had to be made so that they can get this service up and running. So yeah, I got to A&E and there was this lady there, and it was the lady for mental health was the lady that had done the safety plans and familiar faces reports, that had done this, done that, and I'm like, I was really, really pleased to see her, because the last few weeks I've been getting passed on from one organisation to another, and it was really nice, empowering, invigorating, or whatever the word is, to speak to someone face to face that wants to work with me and wants to work with me to get the best out of me, that's actually had some input and positive input towards my mental health care, towards this, towards that. So she did explain that there's a meeting with professionals and that on Monday to try to get some sort of plan back together. However, I'm going to have to ring my advocate tomorrow because I don't know if they're aware of it. But yeah, got some ideas and that I'd like to work with. Some ideas of moving from this area to this area, or this area to this area. What I'm saying is, I've got some ideas to move me from the bottom back to the top again, so that I can get the best out of myself, so that I can develop the channel, so that I can spread awareness, so that I can be the best person that I am, whether I'm presenting female, whether I'm presenting male, so that I can make a difference for myself, make a difference for other people going through similar things to what I am. I just don't want people to feel alone and scared. There was some nasty comments in that again on one of my last videos, from the Labour video, the Prime Minister video, saying that I need to get some help. Comments like that don't get tolerated, and I automatically block them. I have written to the Prime Minister, yes, just so that they're aware of the situation with the NHS and other areas. We can't really slag the NHS off or anything, because we are one of the only countries that have a free health service. So the idea of that letter was to go to the Prime Minister and that, so that they can understand from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different areas, so that they can work with services like the NHS and the mental health and that kind of thing, so that we can develop the NHS system that works better for everyone. And I believe that mental health needs to take some of that priority. So if we can get it right, it'll be better for me, better for the mental health service, and better for others going through similar to me. As I say, I want to share my story. I want to share my journey. I want to share my thoughts, my feelings, so that I can help persuade and help promise other people, and so that other people don't feel alone, don't feel scared, so that they can know that they can get the support that they need and that kind of thing. So yeah, I've got a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. I'm just trying not to build myself up too much for it and that, because at the moment, as soon as I get a positive lead, I feel like I'm getting pushed back again. Hands up. I've made mistakes. I'm open to talk about the mistakes. I'm open to admit that there has been mistakes at my end for services with relating to my mental health and the way that I communicate with people and that kind of thing. I am trying to get things back on track with them, and I am trying to bring my communication therapist and that back in so that I can work on the boundary work, so that I can develop myself further, so that I don't say the wrong thing and word things the correct way. As I say, it's more about getting the wording right at my end so that professionals can understand me more, so that I am not misinterpreted and the police coming out or whatever. So I am trying to better myself. I have not heard back from the colleges and that from the courses that I wanted to do, what I thought would help myself as well and help you. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot more happier, a lot more steadier, and I've got some other ideas in that as well, what I want to do. But I'm still working in my head on what I want to do, what I want to do to progress, and what I want to do to enjoy myself and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm on a journey. I like wearing the ladies' clothes. I do admit with the ladies' clothes, I get more anxiety and I'm not as comfortable wearing ladies' trousers, ladies' t-shirts, ladies' jeans as I am wearing a nice dress and getting the girls out. I do get the girls out with the ladies' t-shirts and that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm trying to work on that as well, and what my style in that is, so that I can inspire and create. One of the options is that I'm looking into as well is getting some professional photos and that done so that I can understand myself a bit better, so that I can work within the media industry more and that kind of thing. I've found one person that might be able to do it, but I just want to understand what her ideas are, what her goals are, what her aspirations are for working with me. As I say, I like wearing bras, I like wearing makeup, I like wearing the dress, I like wearing the ladies' boots, I like wearing the lipstick, I like wearing the mascara, I like wearing the necklace, I like wearing the earrings, I like getting the girls out, I like walking past a mirror or a shop window or a window or seeing my reflection somewhere where I'm dressed and like give myself a little smile, give myself a little smile, give myself a little wave, and know and look at myself and know this is me, this is the journey that I'm on, these are the barriers that I've overcome. This is me not being scared anymore. This is me saying to myself that I can do this, that I can go out and feel like the real me inside. And I want to share that more with other people, as I say, so that I can inspire, create, change lives. And yeah, it is hard. If someone had said to me last year about if someone had said to me last year that I'd be making videos and that on YouTube, going out regularly dressed, going out with a bra on, going out with jewellery on, going out with lipstick on, going to concerts, going to live shows and events and being dressed and wanting to plan my first holiday where I can go as a cross-dresser, would I have believed him? Would I have believed him? Honestly, no. I would have thought that this this would never have happened. I was buying loungewear, and when it was first starting and that, I was buying loungewear, ladies' jams and that to wear around the home, and it was making me feel physically sick. The thought of wanting to wear ladies' clothes, and it was affecting my anxiety and that, but I've never been any more proud of the fact that I've overcome this barrier and I'm enjoying it and I don't have to feel ashamed of that anymore. I know that there's some people that don't agree with it. I know that there's some people in my family that don't agree with it. I try not to push my beliefs onto them. I don't go to their house when I'm dressed. I don't send washing over or laundry if it's got my lady stuff in. But I am never happier than that I am now. I do feel now with the changes that I'm trying to bring in, with the changes that the mental health team are bringing in, or people that are trying to bring in for the mental health team, I do feel that I can feel now, I don't feel 100% comfortable with it yet, but I'm starting to gravitate more towards feeling that I can be myself with social services, with the mental health team, rather than the way that I was feeling last year. Where last year, because of the situations with the mental health team, because of things getting misunderstood, misinterpreted, I felt like I was trying to be someone that they wanted me to be, rather than being myself and being congruent to myself. But I feel like I'm starting to understand more now, and I feel like people are wanting to work with me more now with being true to myself and that kind of thing. So there is changes there. Everything's not perfect just yet. Everything is not perfect yet, but in the right minds can put who in the right minds can put up the hands and say everything's perfect in their life. No one can say everything is perfect in their life. No one can say that they can please everyone all the time, including themselves. That's not 100% possible. But I'm trying to more understand on when I need to please other people and when I need to please myself. Sometimes I do have to be selfish and please myself, but it's about me getting out, enjoying myself, being the best person that I can be, and being an inspiration to other people. I do admit that I've made mistakes, and I do admit that I'm trying to learn by them mistakes. I do admit that there's been times where I have made mistakes in the past, and people with mental health services and other people were getting abrupt with me and trying to bring in changes because of silly mistakes rather than discussing it with me first or to discuss it further. But I feel now that people are starting to understand me more, and we're starting to get the infrastructure in place. I do admit that it's not perfect, but I feel like I'm starting to work more now with the people that I need to bring in. I know that last week, or the week before, or a couple of weeks ago, that I was getting a little bit upset and a little bit annoyed, and I'm not going to go into that, but I was getting a little bit upset, a little bit annoyed with the way that my complaint had gone with the council. I know that there's an independent adjudicator there, and I told him that I wanted him to speak to a certain doctor, but I was upset that he didn't. He spoke to another doctor, but it's all sorted now, and he's managed to speak to the doctor that I wanted. But the reason why that got to me like it did, got to me anxiety, and that is because I don't want a repeat of what happened last year and what's happened in the past. I want to bring in the correct people that understands me the best, so that we can get the infrastructure in place right first time and work together on this. The doctor that I wanted to bring in understands me the most out of all the doctors for the mental health, from understands me most out of the doctors from my doctor's surgery. And I was a little bit annoyed because I wanted to bring someone in that knows me and knows the situation. As I say, we are starting to get there. I was a little bit upset about that because I want to get this right. But yeah, it's about getting out there, being being the best that I can be, and it's about you getting out there, being the best that you can be. If someone tells you you can't do it for whatever reason, if it's something that you really want to do, if it's possible, if it's a believable goal and a believable dream, get out there, do it, prove people wrong. Because the harder the fight you have to put in, the harder the harder the effort you have to try, the harder the effort you put in, the more the end result's worth it, and the more that you develop as a person, and you you develop as a person. I have never went around things the easy way in my life. Nothing's ever come easy. I know that I've had ups, I know that I've had downs, but would I rather something be given to me on a plate? No, I wouldn't. I would rather go down the hardest route that, if possible, I'd rather go down the hardest route and appreciate everything more and getting it done right rather than something being handed to me on a plate, because you don't appreciate the journey as much, you don't appreciate the end result as much. But this is what I want, this is what I believe in. I know that there's been times where in the past I have overdosed, I have been sectioned, I have uh, self harmed, but it's about now getting the infrastructure right, getting the infrastructure in place so that we can develop as a whole, develop as a country, and make a change for other people who have different beliefs, who are different in any way, whether that's race, sex, sexuality, gender, or anything like that. We all have a right to be true to ourselves, and we all have a right to be appreciated for who we are as a person, and and being the best that we can be. Um, I have I have wrote to the Prime Minister, as I say. I have I have wrote to the Prime Minister, as I say. I am working on other ideas. I am trying to get my story out there. I am trying to make a difference. But in order to make a difference, I have to be the best that I can be. And I'd like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank everyone that's working with me right now for being there for me, for being there for me, for never giving up, for allowing me to be myself, to be the best that I can be, for never giving up, for never giving up on me, for allowing me to be true to myself. And I I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep being the best that I can be. I'm gonna do it for yous. I'm gonna try to manage the anxiety the best that I can. I am determined not to overdose on that again and to let my mental health get as bad as it was last year or whenever. I would like to go out dressed as a lady, dressed femininely, driving. I'd like to appreciate what it'd be like to drive in a dress, to drive in my lady's shoes. To I'd like to appreciate and understand what it'd be like to go on holiday as a cross dresser, to be myself and never give up on that dream. It was nice to see Lewis Hamilton win the Grand Prix, and he said some of the comments in that he said was to keep fighting, to never give up. And I'm not going to do that for yous. I'm going to still be myself no matter how hard it gets to me. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep being myself. I'm going to keep strong. I'm going to keep the passion up. I'm going to go to more shows. I'm going to go to more events live where I'm dressed. I am eventually going to go out on holiday dressed. I am going to go out dressed more. I am going to make new friends. I'm going to start going to new groups again. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be the best that I can be. But most importantly, everyone, be true to yourself. Be true to who you are. If it's legal, if it's a plausible goal, if you really believe in something, no matter how hard you need to push, do it. Be true to yourself. You're only hurting yourself if you're not. But most importantly, I'd like to thank everyone again. I'd like to thank everyone for not giving up, for allowing me to follow my dreams, to follow my beliefs, to follow being true to myself, and for never giving up on me. I am Damian. I am proud of myself. I am never happier than I am now. I know that I have been getting a few bad weeks with my anxiety, but with the dressing and that, I'm never more prouder than I am right now. And I can't say how much I appreciate everyone's help. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye.